Hi, Darren Hall here from bet72.com. Just wanted to make a brief video just to explain a little bit more or dig behind the scenes of this screenshot we've got in front of us here. It's from Monday the 28th of November. Just a little bit of football trading, not anything too exciting going on the Monday. Well, not in this country anyway, unless you're a Huddersfield or Wigan fan, I suppose. But so it was a good opportunity just to take a look at some stuff that we wouldn't normally pick up on, thanks to the Inplay Trading Football Scanner, which we've covered many times on the site and in different videos. But this sort of once again shows the power of that particular software. But what I want to talk about really is, well, three things which are highlighted in this video. The first thing is the fact that we ended the night on a profit, £58.17p. So that was very nice, and you know, we've enjoyed many profitable sessions thanks to the aforementioned site and the software. And certainly, if you look through our social media sites on Facebook and Twitter especially, then you'll see a lot of winning screenshots which we've picked up with virtue of this actual software itself. But the other two things which do come to light here is, one is perhaps looking at this and in the cold light of day afterwards, I'm perhaps thinking maybe there's a little bit of overtrading going on here. As I say, it wasn't a brilliant card of football, but that is one of the dangers which does go on. I mean, despite it not being very much going on sort of in terms of quality, there was a lot going on in terms of quantity, and certainly games around Europe, lower league games though, I must hasten to add. But slight temptation, and I think I've probably fallen into a trap of it a little bit here, is the fact that the scanner will throw up a lot of potential opportunities, but again, they're not always worthy of jumping on board on. You do have to do a little bit more, perhaps of your own research, or perhaps just think a little bit more about what you're getting into. And like I say, the quality in some of the teams here we won't have even heard of. So the reliability, if you like, particularly when it comes to them converting chances in front of goals. I mean, there were some games, particularly this Benfica B one. I mean, that was just, I just jumped on it because the stats were so high that it was something 7 or 8 shots on target in the first 30 minutes or something like that. So we were just looking for a very quick return over the first half, but obviously it didn't happen. I mean, they didn't score until later in the second half, I think. But anyway, there is a danger of falling into that little bit of a trap of overtrading. But the important thing here is you'll notice that, in fact, we've had more losing trades than winning trades here across the night. Yet we still finished up in a reasonable sort of profitable position. That's more than enough to cover a month's subscription to the software, just over that short period of time that we were actually trading. And the important thing here is that if you actually look at the losses on any of the games or any of the markets, then each of the market, there isn't a loss there, any individual loss which is above £5, and that's just a little, particularly on these sort of lesser known games, if you like. That's almost a sort of liability or a rule of thumb that I sort of work to, not even necessarily in proportion to my bank. It's just more that I don't want to get too heavily involved, but you can see when they do actually turn around, then you can see here for the actual winners that we've had on the evening, 23.97 there on the over 3.5 goal market, another one there for 32.33. We've got another 4.75 there, which was actually a recovery of the over 3.5 goals. It was a very late goal in that game, and slightly different strategy that we used on the Huddersfield Wigan game. Again, perhaps because that's a different sort of a different level to any of these other games that were going on. So we adopted a slightly different strategy there. But like I say, the important thing is the fact that we're controlling our positions, controlling our liabilities, and it's not all about winning all the time. And anyone that says they've got 100%, strategy or something that's going to win all the time. I've yet to see one yet. You are going to hit losses. So it's about controlling those losses, keeping those losses to a minimum, either through minimal sort of staking, or when you actually get involved with games at sort of lower liabilities, or just being able to back out your positions as you go along if it's going against you. But when you do get into a profitable position, then you can actually let those profits run, and that's what we've sort of done in these instances. And not run as in it's a straight punt, but we've sort of eased slightly out of our position on the basis that the software is still saying that the likelihood is that there's going to be more goals coming along. But again, because we've got involved with the games, predominantly they may well have been 0-0, or certainly only one goal. If we're looking at we're looking at 2 or 3 goals ahead in each of these markets, where the stats suggest that there's going to be more goals, particularly in the second half. So all of these trades, apart from this bottom one here, we got involved with in the second half, and we were able to manage the positions because we had a very low liability as an entry point, and even if the game went against us, but it still looked like perhaps there was going to be a goal, then we could open up another position. Because again, the liabilities were small enough we could absorb them within this sort of £5 limit. So that's really what I wanted to say. The software will give you lots of opportunities. You do still have to have some selection process of your own regarding that as to what you're going to pick up, but there's lots of hints and tips and ideas about that on the actual site. And like I say, it's all about controlling and managing your positions and your losses within the market, and then letting those profits actually run in order to maximize their potential while they're actually going through. And you'll see here that out of 12 markets that we've traded, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 winners out of 12. Yet we still ended up with what we'd see as considering the liabilities we were putting down, a decent and healthy profit on the night. And like I say, that covers a month and a half's worth of subscription to the actual software itself, just on these few particular trades that we actually did on the night. So it's not all about winning all the time, and even if you are hitting a few losses, it might just be a little tweak that you need to make in order to the way that you're actually staking, or the way that you're actually selecting the matches, which could turn potentially a losing sort of run into a more profitable and a consistently profitable run as well, because these are not isolated instances, like I say, in terms of the results that we're actually getting. So if you want any more information about that sort of thing, want to discuss it anymore, drop me a line, info@bet72.com. And also, if you've not had a chance to have a look at the software, then again, drop me a line, info@bet72.com, and we can arrange a trial of the site and software so you can get on board for a week, have a look around for yourself, see if it's for you, and also hopefully start generating some screens like this. Okay, I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers, bye bye.